The City Council recently passed amendments to the city ordinances regarding panhandling and charitable solicitations.
The amendments were adopted on December 20th by the City Council, and they amend the parts of the city code that deal with soliciting within the city, and they affect three types of soliciting. The first is panhandling, which is when a person is begging, asking for money for their own use. The second is charitable solicitations, which are when folks are out asking for donations to a charitable organization, which has to be a tax-exempt organization. And the third kind would be door-to-door solicitation of some sort of goods or services. Panhandling is now prohibited from the center median of any street in the city. So people that are panhandling, who are asking for money for their own use, will not be able to do so on any center median. Secondly, a licensing process has been established for panhandling. Individuals who want to engage in panhandling activities must now obtain a license from the City Revenue Office. This office is located at the Bryce Stewart Municipal Building, 100 East 1st Street.
All applications will be sent to the police department for a criminal history check.
The purpose of this history check is to make sure that you don't have particular convictions that would prohibit you from obtaining a license. If you have 2 or more convictions that involve assault, communicating threats, the misuse or illegal use of a weapon, or a violation of any city ordinance on solicitation, you will be disqualified from obtaining a panhandler privilege license. People seeking charitable solicitations may still do that on the center median, but they have a registration process that they go through, and they are subject to all restrictions on activity in the median, which are designed to enhance public safety, including not being able to step off the median into traffic, not being allowed to have young children on the center median participating in the solicitation. All those are found in the ordinance and have been in place for some time already. They're required to obtain an identification card from their organization, which states who they are and what organization they are participating with. And that way, anyone who might be interested in making a donation can be confident that this is a representative of that charitable organization. Also, these amendments do not affect newspapers who are selling their goods from a center median. Newspapers are allowed to do this by a specific state statute. So they have been allowed to do sales from the center median and will continue to be allowed to do so under state law. The third change or amendment to the City Code on solicitation involves solicitation door-to-door. If you are going to private property and you are trying to sell something or goods or services, if the tenant or the owner or whoever is legally there at the property asks you not to do that, then you will be prohibited from doing that moving forward. Or if that person has a sign on the property prohibiting solicitations on their property, then you will be prohibited from doing that, and the city will now be able to enforce that prohibition.
We are conducting a community education piece in order to get the information out there. We will be working with those organizations that assist the homeless, such as the Samaritan Inn, the Bethesda Center, to educate those individuals who may be involved or affected by this ordinance, so everyone's aware of it. And in light of that, we have held off on enforcement until we have the process fully in place between the city functions involving the police department and the revenue department. Once the process is in place, we will be asking for the privilege license as well as the valid ID. So once the process is finalized and the enforcement piece of this starts, yes, we will enforce it just as we do any other city ordinance.
All of these amendments are made in the hope that it will enhance public safety. There's concern about the safety of pedestrians in the city. There are concerns about any person engaging in solicitation and about the motoring public, whether or not they live here or passing through our city. We want to be sure that all of these individuals are safe and are protected from any harm that could come from their interactions in the middle of busy intersections or on other areas of the streets and highways. And we feel like these amendments will be an enhancement to the provisions that were already in the code addressing those public safety concerns.